Question 1. What action should you take when approaching a road marked with a flooded sign? A. Drive through quickly to avoid delays. B. Turn around and find an alternate route. C. Proceed slowly and test the water depth with your vehicle. Answer. B. Turn around and find an alternate route. When approaching a road marked with a bike route sign, it's safest to turn around and find another way, as the road may be impassable or dangerous. Question 2. If you see a bike route sign, what should you consider while driving in that area? A. Increase speed to pass cyclists quickly. B. Be extra cautious and watch for cyclists. C. Cyclists are required to yield to vehicles. Answer. B. Be extra cautious and watch for cyclists. A bike route sign indicates that cyclists are common in the area, so drivers should be extra vigilant and share the road safely. Question 3. How should a driver behave in a lane marked with a two-way left turn sign? A. Use the lane for passing slower vehicles. B. Drive through the lane to bypass congestion. C. Use the lane only for making safe left turns. Answer. C. Use the lane only for making safe left turns. A two-way left turn lane is designated for drivers from either direction to make left turns and should not be used for through traffic or passing. Question 4. What does a slow-moving vehicle sign on a vehicle indicate, and how should you respond? A. The vehicle can speed up when necessary. B. Pass the vehicle immediately, regardless of oncoming traffic. C. Exercise caution and pass when it's safe. Answer. C. Exercise caution and pass when it's safe. A slow-moving vehicle sign indicates that the vehicle travels at slower speeds, and drivers should be patient and only pass when it's safe to do so. Question 5. When driving on a road that has a divided highway sign, what should you expect? A. Frequent intersections and cross traffic. B. An upcoming division of the road into two separate roadways. C. Reduced speed limits and tighter turns. Answer. B. An upcoming division of the road into two separate roadways. A divided highway sign indicates that the road ahead is split into two separate roadways by a median or barrier. Question 6. How do ramp closed schedule signs affect your driving on highways? A. Ignore the sign if no construction is visible. B. Prepare to take an alternative route due to scheduled ramp closures. C. Increase speed to pass the closed ramp quickly. Answer. B. Prepare to take an alternative route due to scheduled ramp closures. Ramp closed schedule signs inform drivers about planned ramp closures, and they should plan their route accordingly. Question 7. What is the importance of adhering to a speed limit sign, especially in varying road conditions? A. Speed limits are merely suggestions and can be ignored. B. Speed limits should be followed only during peak traffic hours. C. Speed limits ensure safety and should be adjusted for according to road conditions. Answer. C. Speed limits ensure safety and should be adjusted for according to road conditions. Drivers should always adhere to speed limits and reduce speed further in adverse road conditions. Question 8. Upon encountering a no-shoulder sign, what precautions should you take? A. Drive closer to the center of the road. B. Be prepared for limited space on the roadside for emergencies. C. Increase speed to minimize time on the risky section. Answer. B. Be prepared for limited space on the roadside for emergencies. A no-shoulder sign means there's little to no room for stopping on the side of the road, requiring extra caution. Question 9. How does a crossroad sign affect your approach at intersections? A. Slow down and prepare to yield or stop for cross traffic. B. Maintain your speed as cross traffic will stop. C. The sign only applies to drivers on the crossroad. Answer. A. Slow down and prepare to yield or stop for cross traffic. A crossroad sign indicates that an intersection is ahead, and drivers should be ready to slow down and yield to cross traffic. Question 10. What should you do when driving in a lane that has a lane ends merge left sign? A. Accelerate and merge at the last possible point. B. Immediately come to a stop and wait for an opening. C. Signal, check mirrors and blind spots, and merge left safely. Answer: C. Signal, check mirrors and blind spots, and merge left safely. When a lane is ending, drivers should signal and smoothly merge into the adjacent lane when it's safe. Question 11. If you see a roadwork next 5 miles sign, what changes should you make to your driving? A. Maintain your current speed and driving behavior. B. Increase speed to quickly pass through the work zone. C. Slow down, be alert, and prepare for possible lane changes or workers on the road. Answer: C. Slow down, be alert, and prepare for possible lane changes or workers on the road. When approaching a roadwork area, reduce speed and be prepared for unexpected conditions or obstacles. Question 12. What does a left turn yield on green sign indicate about the right-of-way? A. Left-turning vehicles have the right-of-way on green. B. Vehicles turning left must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. C. All vehicles must stop at the sign, regardless of the signal. Answer: B. Vehicles turning left must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. This sign means that while the light is green, left-turning drivers must yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians. Question 13. How should you adjust your driving in response to a loose gravel road sign? A. Accelerate to maintain traction. B. Maintain your normal driving speed. C. Reduce speed and avoid sudden steering or braking movements. Answer: C. Reduce speed and avoid sudden steering or braking movements. Loose gravel can reduce traction, so it's important to slow down and drive carefully to avoid skidding. Question 14. What precautions should you take when driving near a trolley station sign? A. Expect increased pedestrian activity and prepare to stop. B. Disregard the sign if no trolley is visible. C. Honk to alert pedestrians and trolleys of your presence. Answer: A. Expect increased pedestrian activity and prepare to stop. Near trolley stations, drivers should be cautious of pedestrians and trolleys crossing or sharing the road. Question 15. When encountering a pedestrian crossing sign, what actions must you take? A. Continue at your current speed as pedestrians will wait. B. Slow down, be prepared to stop, and yield to pedestrians. C. Pedestrians must only cross when you wave them across. Answer: B. Slow down, be prepared to stop, and yield to pedestrians. This sign indicates an area frequented by pedestrians, so drivers should be ready to yield and stop if necessary. Question 16. If you accidentally drive past a wrong way sign, what should be your immediate course of action? A. Continue until you find a place to turn around. B. Stop safely, then back up or turn around as quickly as possible. C. Increase your speed to exit the wrong way section. Answer: B. Stop safely, then back up or turn around as quickly as possible. If you pass a wrong way sign, you are going against traffic, which is dangerous. Safely stop and carefully turn around. Question 17. How does a no passing zone sign affect your overtaking maneuvers? A. You can pass if no vehicles are in sight. B. Overtaking and passing are strictly prohibited. C. The sign only applies to commercial vehicles. Answer: B. Overtaking and passing are strictly prohibited. A no passing zone sign means it is unsafe to overtake and pass due to visibility or other road conditions. Question 18. What does a keep right sign typically indicate about upcoming road layout? A. A median or obstruction is ahead, and you must keep right. B. You should move to the right lane if driving slower than other traffic. C. The sign only applies to large trucks and buses. Answer: A. A median or obstruction is ahead, and you must keep right. The keep right sign is used where the road is divided or there is an obstruction, indicating that drivers must pass on the right side. Question 19. Upon seeing a cross traffic ahead sign, how should you adjust your driving? A. Increase your speed to cross the area quickly. B. Be alert and prepared to stop for crossing traffic. C. The sign only applies to pedestrians. Answer. B. Be alert and prepared to stop for crossing traffic. This sign warns of an upcoming area where traffic from the side may cross your path, requiring extra caution. Question 20. What should you do when driving on a road with a truck rollover reduce speed sign? A. Ignore the sign if you are not driving a truck. B. Maintain your current speed and driving behavior. C. Slow down and be cautious, especially in curbs and turns. Answer. C. Slow down and be cautious, especially in curves and turns. A truck rollover reduced speed sign indicates a high risk of rollovers, often in curves or turns, and advises all drivers to reduce speed and proceed with caution. Question 21. How should you adjust your driving in response to a sign indicating a steep downgrade ahead? A. Increase speed to descend quickly. B. Maintain a consistent speed using high gears. C. Use lower gears and maintain a controlled speed. Answer. C. Use lower gears and maintain a controlled speed. On a steep downgrade, using lower gears helps control the vehicle's speed without relying solely on the brakes. Question 22. What is the correct procedure when approaching a railroad crossing with malfunctioning signals? A. Proceed without stopping. B. Stop, look for trains, and proceed with caution. C. Increase speed to cross quickly. Answer. B. Stop, look for trains, and proceed with caution. If railroad signals are malfunctioning, stop and look both ways for trains before crossing carefully. Question 23. In what situation is it legal to overtake and pass another vehicle on the right? A. When the vehicle ahead is making a left turn and sufficient space is available. B. On any road with 2 or more lanes. C. It is never legal to pass on the right. Answer. A. When the vehicle ahead is making a left turn and sufficient space is available. Passing on the right is permitted in this scenario if it can be done safely. Question 24. How do you determine the right-of-way at an intersection where all traffic signals are out? A. The vehicle to the right has the right-of-way. B. The largest vehicle has the right-of-way. C. Treat the intersection as a 4-way stop. Answer. C. Treat the intersection as a 4-way stop. When traffic signals are out, the intersection should be treated as a 4-way stop. Question 25. Describe the legal requirements when approaching a school bus displaying a stop signal on a divided highway. A. Stop regardless of your direction of travel. B. Only stop if you are traveling in the same direction as the bus. C. Proceed if the road is divided by a median. Answer. C. Proceed if the road is divided by a median. On a divided highway, drivers only need to stop for a school bus with a stop signal if they are on the same side of the road. Question 26. What actions should you take if an emergency vehicle approaches while you are in the middle of an intersection? A. Continue through the intersection, then pull over. B. Stop in the intersection until the emergency vehicle passes. C. Proceed as normal. The emergency vehicle will maneuver around you. Answer. A. Continue through the intersection, then pull over. Safely clear the intersection first, then pull over to allow the emergency vehicle to pass. Question 27. How does the presence of a blind driveway sign affect your driving on residential streets? A. Increase speed to minimize time near driveways. B. Be alert for vehicles or pedestrians that may suddenly appear. C. This sign has no impact on your driving. Answer. B. Be alert for vehicles or pedestrians that may suddenly appear. A blind driveway sign indicates hidden driveways where vehicles or pedestrians might enter unexpectedly. Question 28. What are the specific rules for parking near a crosswalk at an uncontrolled intersection? A. Park as close to the crosswalk as possible. B. Do not park within 20 feet of the crosswalk. C. Parking rules are the same as at controlled intersections. Answer. B. Do not park within 20 feet of the crosswalk. To ensure visibility and safety, avoid parking too close to a crosswalk at an intersection. Question 29. If you encounter a funeral procession while driving, what is the appropriate etiquette and legal requirement? A. Overtake the procession as quickly as possible. B. Follow closely behind the procession. C. Yield and do not interrupt the procession. Answer. C. Yield and do not interrupt the procession. It is respectful and often legally required to yield and not break through a funeral procession. Question 30. How do you safely navigate a roundabout with multiple lanes? A. Choose the appropriate lane for your intended exit before entering. B. Always use the leftmost lane regardless of your exit. C. Change lanes within the roundabout as needed. Answer. A. Choose the appropriate lane for your intended exit before entering. In multi-lane roundabouts, select the correct lane based on your exit before entering. Question 31. What should you do if you experience sudden brake failure while driving downhill? A. Continue driving to the bottom of the hill. B. Use the parking brake and shift to a lower gear. C. Pump the brakes vigorously. Answer. B. Use the parking brake and shift to a lower gear. If brakes fail, using the parking brake and shifting to a lower gear can help slow the vehicle. Question 32. When is it permissible to cross a double solid yellow line on the roadway? A. To pass slow-moving vehicles. B. When turning into a driveway or side street. C. It is never permissible. Answer. B. When turning into a driveway or side street, crossing a double solid yellow line is allowed only when turning. Question 33. Describe the correct way to proceed when facing a flashing yellow arrow signal at an intersection. A. Stop and wait for a green arrow. B. Proceed straight through without stopping. C. Yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians, then proceed with caution. Answer. C. Yield to oncoming traffic and pedestrians, then proceed with caution. A flashing yellow arrow means turns are permitted, but you must first yield. Question 34. What precautions should be taken when driving through an area with a high wildlife crossing activity? A. Increase speed to minimize the time spent in the area. B. Be vigilant, especially at dawn and dusk, and adhere to speed limits. C. Wildlife crossings do not require any special precautions. Answer. B. Be vigilant, especially at dawn and dusk, and adhere to speed limits. Areas with high wildlife activity require extra caution, particularly during active times for animals. Question 35. Under what circumstances is it legal to drive on the shoulder of the road to pass another vehicle? A. When the vehicle ahead is moving slowly. B. It is never legal to pass on the shoulder. C. In heavy traffic to bypass congestion. Answer. B. It is never legal to pass on the shoulder. Passing on the shoulder is unsafe and illegal, as shoulders are for emergencies and breakdowns. Question 36. How should you react to a temporary sign indicating a detour ahead due to road construction? A. Ignore the detour if the usual route looks clear. B. Follow the detour signs to an alternate route. C. Continue on your usual route, but with increased caution. Answer. B. Follow the detour signs to an alternate route. Temporary detour signs are placed to guide drivers safely around road construction or other closures. Question 37. What are the legal requirements for using headlights during times of reduced visibility, such as fog or heavy rain? A. Use high beam headlights for better visibility. B. Turn on headlights whenever visibility is reduced. C. Headlights are only required during nighttime. Answer: B. Turn on headlights whenever visibility is reduced. California law requires the use of headlights during any reduced visibility conditions, regardless of the time of day. Question 38. How do you approach a situation where you need to make a right turn across a bike lane? A. Signal, check for bicyclists, and then turn when safe. B. Turn without signaling to avoid confusing cyclists. C. Always yield to bicyclists before turning. Answer: A. Signal, check for bicyclists, and then turn when safe. When crossing a bike lane, signal your intent, check for cyclists, and turn when it's clear. Question 39. In the event of a tire blowout, what is the safest way to bring your vehicle to a stop? A. Brake hard and immediately steer towards the roadside. B. Gradually slow down and steer your vehicle straight. C. Accelerate to regain control before braking. Answer: B. Gradually slow down and steer your vehicle straight. In a blowout, maintain control by steering straight and slowing down gradually before pulling over. Question 40. What steps should you follow if your vehicle starts to skid on an icy road surface? A. Steer in the opposite direction of the skid. B. Brake hard to stop the vehicle. C. Steer in the direction of the skid and gently release the gas pedal. Answer: C. Steer in the direction of the skid and gently release the gas pedal. To correct a skid on ice, steer gently in the direction you want to go and avoid sudden braking or acceleration. Question 41. How should a driver respond upon encountering a temporary road sign indicating a lane shift ahead? A. Increase speed to merge quickly. B. Ignore the sign if the road seems clear. C. Reduce speed and follow the indicated lane shift. Answer: C. Reduce speed and follow the indicated lane shift. Drivers should slow down and carefully follow the new lane markings when approaching a temporary lane shift. Question 42. What is the correct procedure for entering a freeway from a stop sign? A. Enter the freeway at a low speed to stay safe. B. Stop at the end of the ramp to wait for an opening. C. Accelerate to match the speed of freeway traffic and merge safely. Answer: C. Accelerate to match the speed of freeway traffic and merge safely. Drivers should use the ramp to accelerate to the speed of traffic on the freeway before merging. Question 43. In what situations should a driver consider using the 2-second rule for following distance? A. In heavy traffic conditions only. B. When driving in good weather and road conditions. C. The 2-second rule is not recommended for use. Answer: B. When driving in good weather and road conditions. The 2-second rule is a guideline for maintaining a safe following distance in optimal conditions. Question 44. Describe the legal obligations of a driver when a traffic signal light is not working at an intersection. A. Proceed with caution without stopping. B. The first vehicle to the intersection has the right of way. C. Treat the intersection as a 4-way stop. Answer: C. Treat the intersection as a 4-way stop. When traffic signals are not working, drivers should treat the intersection as a 4-way stop and proceed accordingly. Question 45. What actions are required if you are involved in a traffic collision where there is property damage but no injuries? A. Leave the scene if the damage is minor. B. Exchange information with the other driver and report the accident if necessary. C. Wait for the police to arrive and make a report. Answer: B. Exchange information with the other driver and report the accident if necessary. In collisions with property damage but no injuries, exchange insurance information and report the accident if the damage exceeds a certain amount. Question 46. How should you adjust your driving in response to a sign indicating a sharp bend in the road? A. Maintain your current speed. B. Slow down before and during the bend. C. Use the opposite lane to navigate the bend more easily. Answer: B. Slow down before and during the bend. Reduce speed when approaching and driving through a sharp bend for better control and safety. Question 47. What is the procedure for passing a school bus on a two-lane road when its red lights are flashing? A. Slow down and pass cautiously. B. Stop until the red lights stop flashing. C. Honk to alert the bus driver and pass. Answer: B. Stop until the red lights stop flashing. It is mandatory to stop for a school bus with flashing red lights on a two-lane road to ensure the safety of disembarking children. Question 48. How should you handle a situation where your vehicle's accelerator becomes stuck while driving? A. Continue to press the accelerator until it becomes unstuck. B. Apply the brakes firmly and try to turn off the engine. C. Pump the accelerator to release it. Answer: B. Apply the brakes firmly and try to turn off the engine. In case of a stuck accelerator, apply the brakes, shift to neutral, and turn off the engine once safe. Question 49. What are the legal requirements when driving in a shared lane marked for both vehicles and bicycles? A. Bicycles must always yield to vehicles. B. Share the lane and yield to bicycles when turning. C. Use the lane only for vehicles, not bicycles. Answer: B. Share the lane and yield to bicycles when turning. In shared lanes, drivers must coexist with cyclists, yielding to them, especially when making turns. Question 50. Describe the appropriate response to an unmarked police car signaling you to pull over. A. Stop immediately regardless of your location. B. Verify it's a legitimate police officer and pull over in a safe area. C. Ignore the signal and continue driving. Answer: B. Verify it's a legitimate police officer and pull over in a safe area. If signaled by an unmarked police car, verify its authenticity. E. By calling 911 and pull over safely. Question 51. When is it permissible to make a U-turn in a business district? A. Only at intersections or openings in the median. B. Anywhere as long as traffic is clear. C. U-turns are not allowed in business districts. Answer: A. Only at intersections or openings in the median. U-turns in business districts are usually restricted to intersections or designated areas. Question 52. How should you proceed when approaching an intersection with a flashing red light? A. Treat it as a yield sign. B. Stop completely, then proceed when safe. C. Ignore it if the intersection is clear. Answer: B. Stop completely, then proceed when safe. A flashing red light at an intersection should be treated as a stop sign. Question 53. What considerations should be made when driving through a tunnel during daytime hours? A. Turn on your headlights for better visibility. B. Increase your speed to minimize time in the tunnel. C. Close windows and turn off the air conditioning. Answer: A. Turn on your headlights for better visibility. When driving through a tunnel, turning on your headlights helps others see your vehicle. Question 54. Describe the correct response to a road narrow sign on a highway. A. Accelerate to pass through the narrow section quickly. B. Move to the center of the lane. C. Slow down and be prepared for reduced lane width. Answer: C. Slow down and be prepared for reduced lane width. A road narrow sign indicates that lanes ahead are narrower, requiring caution and slower speeds. Question 55. How should a driver proceed when encountering a movable bridge in operation? A. Stop and wait for the bridge to close. B. Proceed with caution over the bridge. C. Find an alternate route to avoid delay. Answer: A. Stop and wait for the bridge to close. If a movable bridge is in operation, opening or closing, Stop and wait until the bridge is secured and the signal indicates it's safe to proceed. Question 56. What are the specific rules regarding the use of the carpool, HOV, lane for solo drivers in California? A. Solo drivers can use the HOV lane at any time. B. Solo drivers are never allowed in the HOV lane. C. Solo drivers can use the HOV lane with a qualifying clean air vehicle. Answer: C. Solo drivers can use the HOV lane with a qualifying clean air vehicle. In California, certain clean air vehicles can access the HOV lane even with only one occupant. Question 57. In what scenarios is it legal to drive at a speed lower than the posted minimum speed limit? A. When traffic is heavy or congested. B. During adverse weather conditions. C. It's never legal to drive below the minimum speed limit. Answer: B. During adverse weather conditions, it may be necessary to drive slower than the minimum speed limit for safety during bad weather or other adverse conditions. Question 58. How should you react if your vehicle begins to hydroplane on a wet road surface? A. Apply the brakes firmly to reduce speed. B. Accelerate slightly to regain traction. C. Ease off the accelerator and steer in the direction you want to go. Answer: C. Ease off the accelerator and steer in the direction you want to go. If hydroplaning, it's important to gently ease off the gas and steer gently in the desired direction without sudden movements. Question 59. Describe the legal requirements for turning right on a red light in a school zone. A. You cannot turn right on red in a school zone. B. Complete stop and proceed if no pedestrians are present. C. Right on red is always allowed after a stop. Answer: B. Complete stop and proceed if no pedestrians are present. Turning right on red in a school zone is permitted after a complete stop and ensuring no pedestrians are crossing. Question 60. What steps should a driver take upon realizing they have missed their freeway exit? A. Stop and reverse back to the exit. B. Continue to the next exit and find an alternate route. C. Make a U-turn at the next available opening. Answer: B. Continue to the next exit and find an alternate route. If you miss an exit on the freeway, proceed to the next exit and reroute from there. Question 61. What should you do when approaching an intersection with an inoperative traffic signal? A. Proceed with caution without stopping. B. Stop, then proceed when safe. C. Continue at the same speed. Answer: B. Stop, then proceed when safe. Treat intersections with non-operational signals as all-way stops. Question 62. How should you handle a situation where an ambulance is approaching while you were stopped at a red light? A. Stay in place until the light turns green. B. Proceed through the red light if safe. C. Move to the side of the intersection, if possible, and stop. Answer: C. Move to the side of the intersection, if possible, and stop. Make way for emergency vehicles while ensuring your actions are safe. Question 63. What is the appropriate action when driving in a lane marked with a buses only sign? A. Use the lane for quick passing. B. Drive in the lane as long as no buses are present. C. Avoid driving in the lane as it is designated for buses. Answer: C. Avoid driving in the lane as it is designated for buses. Buses only lanes should be kept clear for bus use. Question 64. When is it permissible to drive in a bicycle lane? A. When preparing to make a right turn. B. For faster travel during heavy traffic. C. At any time, as long as no cyclists are present. Answer: A. When preparing to make a right turn. Drivers may enter a bicycle lane only when turning right just before the turn. Question 65. How should a driver proceed upon encountering a falling rocks warning sign on a mountain road? A. Speed up to quickly navigate the area. B. Ignore the sign if rocks aren't visible. C. Drive cautiously and watch for potential hazards. Answer C. Drive cautiously and watch for potential hazards. Falling rock signs indicate areas where drivers should be extra vigilant. Question 66. What are the rules for using your vehicle's horn in a residential area? A. Only in emergencies to warn others. B. To alert other drivers who are driving slowly. C. Whenever you need to get someone's attention. Answer A. Only in emergencies to warn others. The horn should be used sparingly and only for safety warnings. Question 67. Describe the procedure for making a safe and legal three-point turn on a narrow road. A. Signal, check for traffic, then turn. B. Make the turn quickly without stopping. C. Three-point turns are not allowed on narrow roads. Answer A. Signal, check for traffic, then turn. Ensure the road is clear and there's enough space for the maneuver. Question 68. Under what conditions is it necessary to use your headlights during daylight hours? A. In light fog or rain. B. Only after sunset. C. Whenever visibility is reduced. Answer C. Whenever visibility is reduced. Headlights should be used in any conditions where visibility is compromised. Question 69. What should you do if you find yourself driving in the wrong direction on a one-way street? A. Continue to the nearest turn. B. Reverse or turn around as soon as possible. C. Stop and wait for police assistance. Answer B. Reverse or turn around as soon as possible. Correct your direction safely and immediately when safe to do so. Question 70. How do you correctly yield to a pedestrian at an unmarked crosswalk? A. Continue driving as pedestrians should wait. B. Slow down and stop if necessary. C. Honk to alert the pedestrian. Answer B. Slow down and stop if necessary. Always yield to pedestrians at crosswalks, marked or unmarked. Question 71. What actions should you take if you encounter a vehicle with high beam headlights coming towards you at night? A. Flash your high beams in response. B. Focus on the right side of your lane. C. Turn on your high beams. Answer B. Focus on the right side of your lane. Avoid being blinded by not looking directly into the oncoming lights. Question 72. Describe the legal requirements for yielding when exiting a private driveway. A. Yield to all traffic and pedestrians. B. Traffic should yield to you. C. Only yield to pedestrians. Answer A. Yield to all traffic and pedestrians. Drivers must yield when entering or exiting driveways. Question 73. How should you adjust your driving in response to a slippery when wet sign? A. Continue at normal speeds. B. Reduce speed and avoid sudden moves. C. Use higher gears. Answer B. Reduce speed and avoid sudden moves. Slippery roads demand cautious driving. Question 74. What is the proper way to use hazard lights while your vehicle is moving? A. In heavy traffic or bad weather. B. When driving below the speed limit. C. Hazard lights should only be used when stopped. Answer C. Hazard lights should only be used when stopped. Using them while moving can confuse other drivers. Question 75. How should a driver respond to a sign indicating a historic district with special speed limits? A. Maintain regular speed limits. B. Observe the posted special speed limits. C. Speed limits in historic districts are advisory. Answer B. Observe the posted special speed limits. Special speed limits in historic districts must be followed. Question 76. What precautions should be taken when driving on a road with a deaf child warning sign? A. Drive as you normally would. B. Be extra cautious and watch for children. C. The sign is only informational. Answer B. Be extra cautious and watch for children. Increased vigilance is necessary in these areas. Question 77. When is it legally required to stop for a school bus on a divided highway? A. Always, regardless of the direction of travel. B. Only if you are behind the bus. C. Never, as the highway is divided. Answer B. Only if you are behind the bus. On divided highways, stop for school buses if you're traveling in the same direction. Question 78. How should you react to a bridge ices before a road sign in cold weather? A. Ignore the sign unless you see ice. B. Proceed with the same caution as on the road. C. Exercise extra caution and reduce speed on bridges. Answer C. Exercise extra caution and reduce speed on bridges. Bridges often ice over before roads. Question 79. What is the correct response when a police officer is directing traffic at a signalized intersection? A. Follow the traffic signals. B. Follow the officer's instructions. C. Wait for the officer to signal you directly. Answer B. Follow the officer's instructions. Always obey directions from traffic officers over signals. Question 80. Describe the legal requirements for securing a load on a pickup truck or trailer. A. Loads don't need to be secured if driving a short distance. B. Secure the load with appropriate restraints and cover if necessary. C. Securing the load is the responsibility of the loading company. Answer B. Secure the load with appropriate restraints and cover if necessary. Properly securing loads is a legal requirement for safety. Question 81. How should a driver adjust their behavior in response to a high wind advisory sign on a bridge? A. Increase speed to stabilize the vehicle. B. Drive normally as the sign is a general caution. C. Reduce speed and hold the steering wheel firmly. Answer C. Reduce speed and hold the steering wheel firmly. High winds can impact vehicle handling, so slowing down and maintaining a firm grip is advised for safety. Question 82. What are the legal consequences of failing to stop for a school bus displaying flashing red lights on an undivided road? A. A warning for the first offense. B. A traffic citation and fine. C. No consequences as long as the road is clear. Answer B. A traffic citation and fine. It's legally required to stop for a school bus with flashing red lights to ensure the safety of children. Question 83. How should you proceed when you see a yield to bike sign while making a right turn? A. Turn quickly before the cyclists arrive. B. Yield to any bicyclists in or approaching the intersection. C. Bicyclists should yield to turning vehicles. Answer B. Yield to any bicyclists in or approaching the intersection. Drivers must yield to cyclists to prevent collisions. Question 84. What actions are necessary when your vehicle's anti-lock braking system, ABS, warning light turns on while driving? A. Continue to drive as normal. B. Stop the vehicle immediately in traffic. C. Have the system checked by a professional as soon as possible. Answer C. Have the system checked by a professional as soon as possible. An illuminated ABS light indicates a potential issue with the braking system. Question 85. Describe the correct way to react to a low clearance sign when driving a tall vehicle. A. Slow down and proceed with caution. B. Find an alternative route to avoid the low clearance area. C. Assume the clearance is adequate unless there is an obvious obstruction. Answer B. Find an alternative route to avoid the low clearance area. Tall vehicles should avoid areas with low clearance to prevent accidents. Question 86. When is it allowed to cross a solid white line on the highway? A. When changing lanes or passing is necessary. B. Only when it is safe to do so, such as to avoid an obstacle. C. It is never permissible to cross a solid white line. Answer B. Only when it is safe to do so, such as to avoid an obstacle. Solid white lines typically should not be crossed, but exceptions can be made for safety. Question 87. How do you safely handle a situation where a large animal, like a deer, is standing on the road? A. Accelerate to scare the animal away. B. Brake firmly and sound your horn. C. Slow down and give the animal time to move. Answer C. Slow down and give the animal time to move. It's safest to reduce speed and wait for the animal to clear the road. Question 88. What steps should you take after being involved in an accident with an unattended vehicle? A. Leave a note with your contact information and report the accident. B. Wait for the vehicle owner to return. C. Leave immediately to avoid responsibility. Answer A. Leave a note with your contact information and report the accident. It's important to provide your information and report the accident to authorities. Question 89. How should you adjust your driving in response to a truck crossing sign on a rural road? A. Continue at the same speed, as trucks will yield. B. Slow down and be prepared for trucks entering or crossing the road. C. Speed up to pass the crossing quickly. Answer B. Slow down and be prepared for trucks entering or crossing the road. Be cautious and ready for possible truck movements. Question 90. What is the recommended course of action if your vehicle begins to overheat while driving up a steep hill? A. Turn off the air conditioning and proceed to the top of the hill. B. Pull over safely and let the engine cool down. C. Increase speed to reach a service area more quickly. Answer B. Pull over safely and let the engine cool down. Overheating can cause damage, so it's best to stop and address the issue